I'm not sure. All right, we are live. Hang on, it's going back to live.
It says it is live.
It says it's live?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. So it's been a while since I've had a chance to come on live to talk to you in regards to our amazing transformation. So this afternoon, I have the pleasure of interviewing Ying, who I met through my son Jaden. So Jaden and Zoe are very, very good friends, aren't they, Ying? Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. But I met Ying through our kids who go to the same school together. And about 5 weeks ago, I was having a chat with Ying in regards to her health and fitness journey. And I said to her, hey, would you like to join me on the next 28-day rejuvenate challenge coming up? And she's going, and you're like, oh, what's that? But anyway, so today we're actually here to live to actually talk to Ying about her 28-day challenge transformation that she had an incredible journey. So I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself first, and then we can go into all the nitty-gritties. Welcome, Ying.
Hi. Thank you. So I don't know. I think about myself. Let me focus why I got to the stage I got to. So we basically, prior to this, I was a pretty active person. I did a bit of running, quite a lot of running, swimming, biking, and everything else. But we moved to Melbourne over a year ago now. And with that, I think I've just lost, the support, my friends, my running community and everything else. So the volume of my training has reduced drastically. I mean, really, really reduced. So I haven't biked, I haven't swam. I've kept running a bit of it, but with the lockdown, I did next to nothing. But with that, I was still eating the same amount of food. And I mean, a lot of food. Because, we were training at peak of training, just to give you an idea, I would run, 70K, 100K a week. Or if I go on a weekend bike ride, it would be 80K ride to 100K ride. Yeah. And, I swim kilometers and stuff like that. So I was constantly hungry and I ate a lot.
Yes, the metabolism is fired up and,
yeah,
and you were doing lots and lots of exercise, which actually needed a fuel for your body.
So with the volume that has, decreased so much, I was still eating the same amount and my clothes were getting tighter, my face were getting rounder, and before this challenge started, I took pictures of me. I never taken pictures of my whole body. And I'm thinking, that's not me. I remember telling you, Pam, I've got a very fleshy back. So,
but, like those photos are just so daunting, aren't they? When you take them, your before photos. Yeah. And it's not until you see them that you go, oh, my goodness, I've let myself go a little bit there. So obviously, reducing that amount of training and then still eating the volume that you were, I guess, and then with lockdown, you kind of, it's with a lot of people too, not just yourself, put on a couple of kilos and clothes weren't fitting very well and just lost the motivation, yeah?
Yeah. And I think possibly with the lockdown as well, it's a bit of everything. I mean, we're trying to settle in. 1 year on, we're still trying to settle in. But with the lockdown, I didn't have to drive to work. I mean, I'm working from home. It's pretty relaxed and everything else. I didn't really train. So apart from eating, I started drinking more as well. Because, I could, because I wasn't doing anything anyway the next day. And that just went on. It was getting, I don't want to risk sounding like an alcoholic, but it was getting a bit, the amount I drank was, increasing, steadily increasing. Yeah. And I think one of the days that I really, thought I really need to put a stop to it was, there was a virtual race and I ran half a marathon in the morning. And and I celebrated it drinking 3/4 of a bottle of a wine. Then in my drunken state, I thought my friends, in Dubai hasn't woken up. Oh, they're still running because it's a virtual race. We started first. So to support them, I went on a treadmill and ran another, half marathon, drunk. and I could still, I could still run. And I'm thinking, actually, this is not quite good. I mean, I was suffering, but I have built up a resistance that I could run and drink. I
Yeah,
should actually do
not
this.
that's not healthy going long run, is it?
No.
One, you will be dehydrated, and then two, oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that before.
It wasn't very pleasant, but the fact that I thought, at a state I could run and drank, and I did do that, and that wasn't a good sign. And I
No.
think with everything, I possibly was feeling more tired. I mean, it comes with the drinking, it comes with the overeating. I just didn't feel 100%. And I remember that's what you asked me, rate yourself. How do you feel 1 to 10? I was like, I possibly am functioning at around 7 or 8, but I usually would feel that I'm at a 9 or 10. And yeah, and that's how the journey started.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you were very like, not what weren't sure whether you wanted to jump on. But me, I always, I twisted
Yeah,
your arms and you said, yes, and also brought in your partner in crime, Shalini. So
I did.
Shalini, if you're watching this, you guys are just amazing. Anyway, so in that 28 days, we
Mm.
kind of we introduced some new products into your life in regards to super smoothie, and we introduced intermittent fasting or the nutritional cleansing in your 28 days. You were very skeptical at first because you're like, oh, I don't do any supplements or anything like that. So, which I totally understand too. But you took it on board and you just went, okay, I'll just follow it and see how I go in the next 28 days. And the fact that Shalini was also there, as a support, and then a big group of us that was doing it together made it so much easier for you to kind of jump in and say, yep, I'm just going to give it a go. So in your initial week of the program, how did you feel? And what was the first thing you noticed when you put these amazing products and stop drinking and all of that into your body?
Well, I think skeptical was understatement of the year. I just didn't even believe in it, and I thought, well, just let's do it. When lockdown, what can I lose, right? Just invest a little bit in myself. I have to say, the first couple of days, I possibly have a little bit of a mild headache. I didn't really suffer like, horribly, but I was hungry. I was constantly hungry. And I think that is possibly the first inclination. Your body is telling you, this is what you normally should eat for my size, and I'm overeating. So, that was actually a big change. I think that the body is trying to get used to it. And I was just hungry. Everywhere I go, all I could see was just food. And yeah, and I was looking at Facebook, and everyone is always posting pictures of food, or even if they're not, all the pictures became food, and yeah, and I was hungry. But after a week, I think that feeling went.
Yeah.
I was functioning like as usual, and I actually felt like I couldn't eat much more. I was full.
Yeah.
With the same amount that I was eating a week
Yeah.
ago, I was then full.
Yeah, that's right. So what was happening was that you were, craving for food all the time. Not that you weren't eating food, you were, but
Yeah.
the portion size was a little bit smaller. Trying to reduce that volume, even because of the fact that you weren't training as much as you were before.
Yeah.
So it settled down, and obviously going through detox as well. When you change your nutrition, from within, obviously there's going to be mild detox symptoms. So the headaches is probably withdrawals from your drink, your alcohol, and maybe
Yeah.
some processed, foods and sugars and things like that. And we also introduced to you, which you've never done before, was also the intermittent fasting or the cleanse, the 2 days that you fasted. And I know that you struggled initially with it, but what got you through it? And I know it's hard for anyone to do intermittent fasting when they've never actually done it before.
Yeah, I mean, well, after, I mean, I know nothing about it. After fasting for the first day, I read up quite a bit about intermittent fasting to see what's actually happening in your body. And I think I buy it. I know I buy it because the effects that I feel, it's from the inside. I can't explain it until somebody tries it out. You know, I think what I felt was, I think my face, my complexion changed, and I was very, very energetic half the time, well, most of the time. Yeah, so how was it like? The first day was awful. First cleanse was awful. I was, again, hungry and everything else. And the second day was quite different. I mean, at one point I did feel as if I was going to throw up. Second day was quite different. And the second set of cleanse was easy. I mean, I was still thinking of food, but but I remember after the first cleanse, I told Shalini, this is bonkers. You know, why are we not introduced, you know, very slowly? Why are we cleansing 2 days, you know, fasting 2 days, you know, in at once? You know, we've never done this before. Surely we should try half a day first or a day first. You know, this 2 days thing is just absolutely bonkers. But, you know, well, you can, you can, you know, share whatever the science behind it.
Yeah.
I think the first day, the second day was fat burning. So after I've done the first day, I always tell myself on the second day, you know, let's just try and drag it out as many hours as I can before I cheat. Yeah. And, you know, and because at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is the fat burning, this is the fat burning, you know, so, you know, I just really, you know, dragged it out to 2 days. And the biggest support is the group of ladies and a gentleman, I think. You know,
yeah.
You know, doing it all together. I mean, without them, I wouldn't even last half a day, to be honest, because I was already so skeptical, and I'm thinking this is absolutely, you know, nuts. But because, you know, as you say, you know, people keep each other accountable, and some of the messages were really funny, and it just kept me going. And the second cleanse, you know, I actually kept myself really busy. I think that's also the trick.
That's the trick.
I'm really busy on those 2 days. Yeah.
So the intermittent fasting that I've been introducing to most of my clients at the moment, we do a 2-day fast, and what it does, it actually promotes autophagy. So that's that feeling that you get, you know, when you said you were feeling a little bit, you know, more energy. So your body is actually using all the reserved carbohydrates that you have as a fuel. And the second day, our actual human growth hormones increases. So that's where the energy comes from. So day one of the cleanse days is actually detox, and then the day 2 is actually fat burning days. And when you hear the word fat burning, everyone's just like, yeah, let's go, we've got to do this because this is what I'm all about. We want to get rid of all that body fat. But for me, it's actually attacking the visceral fat around your organs. So, you know, how we talked about that, reducing visceral fat around the organs, which causes cardiovascular diseases like heart attacks and high cholesterol and diabetes. And with this program, it's amazing. That's what it targets. And it's, you know, with all the data that I have collected over the years on my body scanner, that the visceral fat is the #1 indicator that this program attacks and helps reduce. So within 28 days, Ying's results were just incredible, and even you yourself couldn't believe it, right?
Yeah.
So in 28 days, Ying lost 3.5 kilos, which is, you know, pretty good, considering, you know, you thought you might, you know, want to lose a bit more, but what happened was the centimeters. So you actually lost 19.5 centimeters, you know, all around your body. But the most incredible part was that you lost 9 centimeters off your waist. Now, those before and after
beer
photos,
belly.
that I have posted up of your waist, oh my God, it's just incredible. The feedback that I've had from people and said, oh my God, look what Ying's just done. But, like you said, the shorts that you put on were really tight. And so one of your goals was to actually put them back on a bit more comfortable.
Yep, well, I went running in that shorts and I had to pull it out as I was running.
Yes, so
yes.
you tie that tie on your shorts a little bit tighter, yeah? So, and then also you then picked up your exercise routine as well.
Yeah, so with everything, I went back running, and just to test what you told me, he says, look at my heart rate as I was running, and that's one thing that I've always struggled with, is because I was beating like a squirrel. Has it lowered? And I think it has. I mean, I'm not really running the same pace or distance, but overall, I can see a good 5 to 10 beat slower. That my usual performance, and then that's actually very, very surprising. I really didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah.
And because of your incredible transformation, your mother-in-law has decided to join you all the way from Wales in the UK, and she's doing amazing as well, isn't she?
No, I just twisted her hands. I mean, she didn't decide to join me. We just sent her a pack and say, just get on it.
How amazing you were feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and now, guess who's joining you as well?
Yeah, well, hubby is. Mean, talk about me being skeptical. I mean, he is on another level. And just out of the blue, he was like, I think I want to do the detox. I said, you what? He says, I want to do detox. So I was like, okay, you can join me. He said, but I don't want to fast. And I don't want this. I was like, so what you doing? What do you want? So he's on his second day, craving bread. But, well, he eats, a loaf of bread a day or more. So
we call that bum glue, bread is bum glue. So so you guys have just had an amazing journey, you and Shalini. So going forward, okay, what are we doing? So it's not just a quick fix, is it? It's a lifestyle change for us.
Yeah, so I think what the one very important thing that I've learned, apart from the benefits of cleansing, it's the food that I eat. It's not just the volume. I don't think I eat very healthily. I mean, I think I eat healthily, but when you actually do the entire program, where you think that half my plate has to be vegetables, there's no way I'm going to eat that much greens, and or I never did. I do now. Or those are little changes. That is, as you say, it's a lifestyle change. And as I'm cooking and I'm making all these changes, I think the kids benefits from it and everything else. So those are the thing. I think those two things are things that I will carry forward. And apart from that, Pam, my pet hate, I think all my running friends know this, is PT workout. It's it's a must. Everyone tell me you must do it. It prevents injury, it builds up strength. Yeah. And what do I do? Nothing. And they really, I will never set foot in a gym. I mean, I've never done it, and I wouldn't actually get changed to go anything. But with your virtual training, it's just there. I just click it on and then do a bit of this and that, and it's good. My run coach will be very, very glad. It's something that she couldn't even get me to do, most of the time.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. And you're absolutely smashing out those classes. I tell you what, from when you started now, but, just so proud of you. And, the whole group of you just absolutely smashed out the whole 28 days. And I know most of you are going on as well. And we've just started another one this week, which you're part of as well. So I look forward to what else you can do coming, the next 28 days. And anybody else that would love, to join us. We're starting one next Monday as well. So I've got different groups starting at different points on the program that has just kept us, you know, going through ISO and through the lockdown. And we're going to come out of here fitter, healthier, and stronger than ever before. Yeah, so if you have any questions or if you'd like to know a bit more about the program that we're on at the moment, please just shoot us a message or type down in the comments there. I would get back to you straight away, but it's been an incredible journey for you, Ying. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what Shalini is going to do as well. So we're going to have a chat with her next week. But yeah, you guys just make me so proud, like a really, really proud coach.
Yeah, a great coach.
Changing lives and just inspiring others to do this as well.
I think if anything that I would say is, you know, make use of this lockdown period and just invest in yourself, you know, invest in your well-being. Try it out. You've got nothing to lose. I mean,
no, especially when the money has a money back guarantee, you know, it's hard to say, well, why not? Like, you know, you can transform yourself in 28 days and go, well, it wasn't for me, and get your money back. So that's pretty cool, yeah? So thank you, Ying. I really appreciate your time. And I can't wait for your next transformation in the next 28 days. So thank you so much for jumping on, and hope you have a great day.
I do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.